Hi everyone, Colleen here. I want to share a card with you today. It's a really simple, easy little card. We're going to be making a template to make this football shape. Now in Australia we go for the AFL football, and this is the kind of ball that they use to kick around. And I just thought it makes a really nice little masculine card. If you wanted to, you could quite easily adapt it to soccer ball, basketball, any kind of ball at all. The other thing is you can also change these pieces here into the colour of the football team that the person might be going for, but I'm just going to leave it plain. The paper today is Into the Wild, and that's the zip strip for it, and we're using ruby cardstock as well, and that's New England Ivy. Oh, excuse me, I've been coughing up a lung. I'll try not to cough too much while I'm doing this. So we'll get started. Now, like I said, it is very simple. We will be using the basic ovals, and we need to cut out, to begin with, just the large oval. Now, I've missed a little bit off here, but it doesn't matter. All that we want is this part of the edge for our pieces. And we will be needing to cut out one from the middle of here, and just one from here. This makes this football, and from here it'll make the shape. So I'll show you how to get on with that now. So I'll just bring up the big shot. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Oh dear, this coughing is just driving me crazy. Right, so we'll just cut out the little one first. So you just lay, I don't know if you can see that, you just lay that on, and then we're going to run it through, and then we'll pull it off. We'll get rid of that piece, we don't need that, but now we're going to lay that on, and we're going to come down about that much, about probably, looks like 1/8 of an inch from the top, but it's about 1/4 of an inch all up, so we come down about that far. And we run it through again. Now try and have it even so that it gives you that nice... So that's the piece you're cutting off. So now you've got a piece that's shaped like a football. So we'll pop that aside for a minute. Now you'll have to cut 2 of these pieces. They're both exactly the same size. One's for the front and one's to do our frame. So I'll tell you the sizes in a minute. So we're just going to lay this on in the middle, as close to the middle as we can get, and we will go. So we're going to take that off. We'll get rid of the big shot now, we don't need it anymore. Excuse me, that's just an extra little piece. Now with this bit here, and I'm slightly off to one side, so I need to be careful where I cut it, because you want to cut it directly through the middle of the oval itself, just like that. So that's what you're doing. And then now I know that this piece measures 3 inches by 2.5, and what I'm going to do is lay it down onto one of my squares, and see, that's 2.5, so I want to come down 1/4 of an inch. So by laying it on the squares, I know that each square is 1/4 of an inch. Hang on a minute, oh, I haven't got that quite straight. You've got to try and get it as straight as you can. It's not always easy. Oh my gosh, my Bonnie's up there watching and Eric Cole, the Very Hungry Caterpillar. So I've left her on. I said, I'm going up here to do a video, so we'll see how we go. So then you're just going to take some washi tape and just stick it on either side, like so. Then lift it up and fold those bits over. And what you've got done now is you've made a football template. Now I just realised I haven't got a card out ready. So I'll just grab one. And we're just going to fold and burnish the card, excuse me. Do excuse me. Right, now this is the really simple piece. All you want to do is just lay the football on, and I slightly like to pop them on a bit of an angle. So then I'm just going to take my ruby ink and a bit of sponge, and then you just start to sponge it in. Now try and keep the ink within that rectangle. Don't go over the edge, and then you can start smooshing it around a bit. And you can have it as dark or as light as you want. Now the other thing I've done is I've used the black journaling pen, and keep it hold it still there, and then just draw around the edge. And then when you lift it up, you have it, and it makes it look like it's stamped in place. Now I've got ink down here. I must have ink in my hand. So I shall pop another ball down here on this section. Hopefully you can see that. Rightio, so I'll just cover that in. And like I said, you can do them as dark or as light as you want. You can do different colours if you want. If you were doing, well, any colour you want really. So now, draw around the edge, lift it up and move it, and there's another football. So then I'm going to pop another one in here. Oh, excuse me. Table's got the squeaks today. Poor old thing. It's about 50 years old, this table. Well, yeah, it will be about 50 years old. My parents bought it when I was a little girl. Right, so draw around this one. Oh, I went a bit crooked there. And one more. I'll pop another one in here. Goodness. Rightio, there we are. So there's our football shapes done. And your template's still fine. You can make quite a few cards out of that one. Now we'll just take the large oval. Where did I put that? Oh, here it is. And what we're going to do with this, I must have some stickiness. There we go. I'll just move this out the way for a minute. I want it in a second. So what we're going to do now is lay the larger oval on, and from that point to that point we're going to draw the line. Oh, I can't pick it up. And what that does is it gives us a really nice curve effect, and it gives it that look, a 3D, more of a 3D look, even though it's flat. And do excuse me, I do have a crown on it at the moment. Bonnie and I have been, I bought her a brand new princess skirt, so she's been flicking and dancing around the lounge room and wearing her yellow crown, and I've got my blue one on. So it look very nice. And my grandson turned 9 today, so we're off to a birthday party this afternoon for that. So that is our football. Now, if you have the white chalk marker or just a white, this is a white gel pen, I don't even know the name of it, Uniball Cyano. But anyway, it's a really good, just a white gel pen, and you can just add some stitching to the football. Just like that. There we are. Now, with this one here, I'll pop that aside for a minute. And we'll just take this here, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take our black pen, line up our points on our football, and just draw around. And that will give you that shape. That'll do. And draw some lines on it. The stitching. Oh, I can't pick it up now. Then we're going to take our ink, and we're just going to daub around the edge. Now what I want here is to give it that, to make it look shinier in the middle and have it darker underneath. So it gives it that effect that it's a curved object. A little bit more there. And now I've got ink all over my hands. Yay, just what I wanted. Oh, excuse me. Now, the other pieces for this card, so all that bit's all done now. So the other bits for our card. Now, this is Into the Wild, which I love. I think it's beautiful. I mean, we could have that side up if we wanted to. I wonder what that'd look like. I haven't tried it yet. With a bit of grey. And the red. Not bad, but I think I'll stick with the green. So that is 1.5 by 5.5. These here are 1/4 of an inch by 5.5 inches. These two here. There's our other panel, which is 2.5 by 3 inches. This is 2 3/4 by 3 1/4, and this is 1 inch by 2.5. And this fits onto the bottom of here and becomes our grass section on the bottom of our card. So we'll pop that on now. Oh, come on. I know you want to work on it. So I'll pop that on there. So it goes there. Now we're using some New England ivy, and the birthday greeting actually comes out of here. Happy birthday comes from the balloon, party balloons, and I think this is lovely. I'll be doing quite a bit with this one. I think it's a really lovely set. So it comes with thin cuts as well, that one. And you've got 2 different size balloons in it. You've got like a roundish balloon, or the more oval shaped, elliptical as they like to say. But anyway, so that's what we'll have. Now I will just grab, what have I done with that? Oh, I don't know what I've done with it. I'll have to grab a bit of foam out. Oh, there it is. My little lazy tool that I have, which is an old, what do you call it? Mouse pad. I just found it one day and thought, oh, that'd be handy. Saves me have to turn the big mat over. So I'll just lay that on there. And then we'll take our football. So I'll adhere this to the middle of here. Like I said, you could do this in football colours. It would look really cool. If I don't shut that up, I will have my elbow in it. Some 3D foam dots on the back of our little football. I'm probably overdoing it, but I just want enough to hold it up. And that will fit on a jaunty little angle. And now for our card. So we'll put all this together now. So this just fits over onto the far side on the fold. Then we've got our zip strip. Oh gosh. And that just fits down next to it. And then our, oh gosh, this has been tricky today. And then that fits onto there like so. And I've got a little bit of overhang there, so I'll just trim that off. And then I'll put some 3D foam dots on the back of here and place it onto the card, and it's all done. So as you can see, it is not a hard little card to do. It's one you could make repeatedly. You could keep your template that you've made. Just lay that onto there like that. And there it is. So there's a quick, easy little football card. The darker you sponge these, the richer the colour in it. But like I said, keep these together and you've always got a football template that you can work with and make. So until next time, keep on creating and bye for now.